What is up, everybody? Super Yankee for Life here once again, bringing you guys NFL Picks Week 2. Now, I am doing this on a Wednesday because tomorrow is the Thursday night game between the Bears and Packers, which I'll get into right now. Now, I'm not going to pick the scores of the games because that's just kind of almost irrelevant at this point because some of the scores I had last week were way off. I had the Jets scoring 10 points, and they wound up scoring 48. Oops. Didn't think the Jets offense could score more points than the Saints, but who knew? Anyway, Bears-Packers, Thursday night. Bears coming off that big win against Indianapolis, although Indianapolis, not that good of a team as a whole. Green Bay defensively, they're still. I would have thought they would have been better defensively, but last week San Francisco just did anything they wanted to. Really, I mean they lined up with so many offensive tackles and tight ends and just ran it down the throat of Green Bay. And Alex Smith did a very nice job against Green Bay. I like the Bears to beat the Packers, to go in Lambeau Field and beat them. Like I said, I don't have a score, so I like the Bears to win that game. And the Packers to start off 0-2. I did have Green Bay winning this division, but defensively, there's something wrong because last year, 15-1 defensively, they were so bad, and then there was really not even a change in difference at all in last week's game. Chiefs at the Bills. Now, a team that I thought would be better in Buffalo laid a huge egg last week against the Jets. I'll admit I was kind of wrong about the Bills. I really thought defensively they would be a lot better. Ryan Fitzpatrick, I don't know what happened. Well, of course, facing Darrelle Revis and Tony Cromartie, that's you're going to have some problems there. I do like the Bills to bounce back and beat the Chiefs this week. The Chiefs, they ran into a buzzsaw in Atlanta last week, but they'll be better. I just think the Bills have to win this game to get some confidence back. So I like the Bills to win this one. The Battle of Ohio, Cincinnati hosting Cleveland. Cleveland should be 1-0 right now. They picked off Vic 4 times. I think they sack fumbled him once or twice last week. I'm not really sure about that, but Brandon Weeden. Weeden has to he has to improve. I mean, he started off well in the game, but he just went south and he just went so cold really quick. And then as for Cincinnati, they might as well not even have even shown up to M&T Bank Stadium last Monday night against Baltimore, because they did not show up at all. Baltimore just steamrolled them from the start. I like Cleveland to win this football game. I like them to get off, the bounce back from that heartbreak loss, and go into Cincinnati and beat the Bengals. Bengals are still a good young football team. They just gotta show up. Although they'll show up in this game, I think Cleveland really needs this win to get some confidence back, like Buffalo. Vikings at the Colts. Minnesota coming off a weird overtime win where they were down by a few points, like 20 seconds left, and somehow got into overtime and won that game. Of course, Adrian Peterson. I think he'll be a focal point in this game, just pounding it, in between the tackles. Christian Ponder, I think, will have an efficient game. Andrew Luck will improve on his stats from last week, throwing I think 3 interceptions or something like that, or 2 interceptions. I think he'll do better, but I think it won't be enough. I think the Vikings will go to 2-0 in the NFC North. Raiders at the Dolphins. I'll go with the Raiders in this one, simply because Ryan Tannehill is a rookie quarterback, and he got rocked with 3 interceptions last week against Houston. Although it is Houston, so that'll happen too. I think. Raiders. I think Darren McFadden will be a focal point. I think he's either hurt or something, but I don't think he's hurt. But somebody got hurt Monday night in that game against the Chargers. I forget who. It was Gates, but I think somebody else from Oakland got hurt too. But anyway, if McFadden is not hurt, expect him to be the focal point for the Raiders' game plan, running the football and catching out of the backfield as well. So I like the Raiders to win that game as well. Cardinals at the Patriots. Defensively, Patriots looked a lot better last week against Tennessee, although it is Tennessee and they really can't score a whole lot of points. It'll be really interesting to see what they do against Larry Fitzgerald, and I guess apparently Kevin Kolb, who stepped in for John Skelton last week, and led a game-winning drive. I really like the Patriots to win this game, maybe like double digits. This would be a good game to show off the running game with what's his name, Stephen Ridley or something like that. I forget his first name. If I apologize, but he seems to be a nice running back for New England. This will be a good game to show off the running game. And of course, Tom Brady. You already know how good he is. Buccaneers at the Giants. The Giants come off of a letdown Wednesday night last week against the Cowboys. I expect them to bounce back and win over the Buccaneers. I think offensively they're still good enough with Nix, Victor Cruz, who apparently turned into Butterfingers last week and dropped a few passes, easy passes. So I like the Giants to win over the Buccaneers. Buccaneers had a nice win last week against Carolina, but I really like the Giants to bounce back. I think the Giants can't go 0-2. They just simply can't go 0-2. Ravens at the Eagles. I really like the Ravens to win this football game. The Eagles, although they did win last week with 4 interceptions by Michael Vick, they cannot make those mistakes. If they make those same type of mistakes, they will lose, obviously, because in this league you cannot turn the ball over 5 times, or how many times they turned it over last week, and expect to win the football game. They got really lucky that Brandon Weeden was super cold and the offense for Cleveland couldn't win the football. I like the Ravens to win this football game. I expect them to have the same balance as they did last Monday night against Cincinnati. Ray Rice win the football. Flacco has just a phenomenal game. Really attacking the Bengals secondary down the field. Like I said, I think Flacco's ready to take that next step and lead the Ravens to the promised land. Saints at the Panthers. Now, Saints late today, last week against the Redskins, RG3 just went bananas on them. Panthers they gotta step up and help Cam Newton now. He can't really do this on his own. I expect this to be a close game, but I think in the end the Saints can't go 0-2. They have to win this game, and I think they will win this game by maybe 3 points or something like that. It'll be a good close game throughout. Texans at the Jaguars. I think the Texans are really the best team in football right now after 1 week, but with the exception of Baltimore. But the Texans, I think, will win by maybe 17 points. I think over Jacksonville. Texans are just clicking on all cylinders right now. Schaub is healthy. They gave him a new contract extension last week. Still got Foster. Andre Johnson is, had probably 8 passes or something like that last week. Cowboys at the Seahawks. I like Dallas to win by at least a touchdown. Oh, screen went black. My bad. It's these computers, I swear. Anyway, the Seahawks. I think Russell Wilson, he showed a lot of promise last week. Made some mistakes. Every rookie's going to make them. But I think Russell Wilson could be a nice quarterback. I mean, he's got some weapons to throw to. Sidney Rice, Braylon Edwards. You got Marshawn Lynch in the backfield, who's the beast. But I like Dallas to win this game. But I think now I said I wasn't gonna do any like score related, but I will go with like maybe 24-17. It's my team, so obviously I gave it a score. So it'll be a good game. Obviously not the most exciting game of the weekend, but I like Dallas to go to 2-0 in the NFC East. Redskins at the Rams. Wow. Some of these games are just completely boring and useless to pick. I like the Redskins to win this football game. RG3 coming off a big performance at New Orleans last week. I would say I would give the Rams a chance, mostly because of Steven Jackson being able to, the Rams don't have to play ball control in this game. They cannot let RG3 on the field. Anytime he's on the field, it could be a big play and waiting to happen, like you saw last week from RG3 to Pierre Garcon, nice receiver coming from Indianapolis. I like the Redskins to win that football game. Jets at the Steelers. I don't know how the Jets managed to score 48 points, but I highly doubt they'll be able to score 48 points on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers coming off of a tough loss last week against Denver. I expect them to bounce back. Ben Roethlisberger to have a nice game. I'll say the Steelers will win this football game and bounce back. Like I said, they're just too good to fall to 0-2, in my personal opinion. Titans at the Chargers. The Chargers they really need to get off to a good start this year, because they are notorious for getting off to a slow start and then picking up late. I think a 2-0 start will help that. I think they'll beat the Titans. Tennessee is still trying to rebuild around Chris Johnson and Jake Locker. My personal opinion, the game of the week: Lions at the 49ers. 49ers, in my personal opinion, are the best team in the NFC, and they proved it last week. They ran it down Green Bay's throat with Frank Gore. Alex Smith was efficient. They even know how to kick 63-yarders correctly. Dave Akers, did you see the expression on his face when he made that kick? That was just priceless. That was unbelievable. I thought he had no chance. I like the 49ers to win this game. It'll be a close, good game. I don't expect Stafford to throw 3 picks like he did last week. I think he'll do better. Obviously, Calvin Johnson in the backfield. They really need to have a more balanced running game with either Javid Best or Kevin Smith. I forget the running back there for Detroit. But they need a more balanced attack on offense. Broncos at the Falcons on Monday Night Football extravaganza. Broncos coming off an impressive win over Pittsburgh. Falcons impressive win over Kansas City. Peyton Manning looked good as ever. I mean, you would if someone were to tell you that he took a year off, you wouldn't know, because he was that good last week. I would say Broncos win the football game. It'll be a close football game throughout. I say the Broncos win by maybe less than 7 points around that area. But the Falcons, I think, they'll be in contention for a playoff spot this year. Peyton Manning, I think, you can tell he's back and he's ready, and he's in mid-season form already. Those are my picks. Disagree with me if you want, but I hope you enjoyed this. Until next time, Super Geeky for Life, signing off. Peace.